David had been obsessed with space for as long as he could remember. As a child, he used to stand on his front porch, gazing up at the stars, wondering what lay beyond the twinkling dots scattered across the night sky. His room was a shrine to space exploration. Models of rockets and planets hung from his ceiling, and NASA posters covered every inch of his walls. Every Saturday, he and his father would visit the local planetarium. David would clutch his father's hand tightly, his eyes wide with wonder as they sat under the artificial sky, watching the stars swirl and dance. "One day I'll work for NASA, Dad," he'd say, his voice full of innocent hope. His father would smile and ruffle his hair. "I know you will, kiddo." Years passed, and David's dream only grew stronger. He studied hard, focusing on astronomy and physics, devouring every book he could find on black holes, supernovas, and space travel. But as he grew older, life began to throw its own obstacles in his way. His father fell ill, and suddenly David was balancing school, work, and taking care of him. NASA felt like a distant star, bright but unreachable. One evening, after a long day of work and study, David sat next to his father on the porch. The stars shone brightly, and for a moment, everything felt like it used to when he was a kid, simple and full of promise. "You know, David," his father said softly, his voice weak but warm, "dreams are like stars. They might seem far away, but if you reach out with everything you've got, you'll touch them." Those words stayed with David. He worked harder than ever, finding small moments of joy by watching NASA launches online and following space missions. Every success felt like a small step closer to his own dream. When his father passed away, David felt lost, like he was floating in the vast emptiness of space. But he remembered his father's words, and he held on to them tightly. Years later, after countless hours of study, internships, and hard work, David finally walked through the doors of NASA as an intern. His eyes filled with tears as he looked around at the place he'd dreamed of his entire life. "I made it, Dad," he whispered to himself, feeling the warmth of his father's pride, even from light years away. David knew that every star he had ever wished upon had led him here, and as he stood among the rockets and scientists, he felt his father's presence in every twinkle of the night sky.